Hey, what is going on, guys? This is the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video, and today I'm gonna be talking about some good news. It came out it came out a couple of days ago, but I haven't had a chance to address it properly. Wonder Woman 3 is coming. Patty Jenkins will be back as the director. It's happening, guys. Wonder Woman 3 is freaking confirmed, ladies and gentlemen. Confirmed. You know what I mean there? Very, very happy. Like I said, the film was freaking good. I did my review on it. It was an 8 out of 10 movie there. Not better than the original, but still great nonetheless. Y'all, you haters, get out of here, because this film was great, you know what I mean? It was great, ladies and gentlemen. You got the old Wonder Woman there in the end there, you know, for all the fans of the television 70 series there, but, you know, Wonder Woman is just amazing, you know what I mean? It's just amazing. You know, Gal was very, very well done in the movie. She did a very good job. Gal Gadot did very good in the movie there, and you know, Patty Jenkins did great as the director. They got Linda Carter back, you know, in the end there to play a new character. We don't know how that's going to be, but I want people to understand this here. Ever since this pandemic started, this movie made the most money out of any movie during the pandemic. Okay, including that Tenet film. Okay, this movie made the most. Alright, if this movie had been released on regular capacity there, you know what I mean, would have made over $1 billion. Would have easily made over $1 billion. Okay, the film, everybody loves it. All you little freaking haters that are hating on the film, putting out lies and saying that this film, it's too girly and all this bullshit. Get out of here. It's not that at all. It's a very, very good film. Very, very powerful film. Love it. Go see it in the movie theaters. It's a great film. I hope we get this third film within the next couple of years there, and we're not going to have to wait like 5 years or some bull crap like that. In terms of what they're going to do for the next film, I'm assuming Linda Carter is going to be involved with her new character that she's doing, because it just makes the most sense. Which is another reason why I think they should act very soon, because, I mean, you know, she's like 69 years old, so, I mean, like, you know, they CGI'd her, but, I mean, you know, they still need her, like, for real, to be involved. You know, so you got to get on that very, very soon. So in terms of the film, Wonder Woman 84, okay? Wonder Woman 84 during the pandemic collected $16.7 million from 2,100 North American theaters, the best opening weekend to date in the coronavirus era, plus whatever it got from HBO Max. So obviously, Warner Brothers is pleased, because they know if this film had been out in the theaters like for a regular capacity there, would have easily made over $1 billion. Probably would have passed Joker. I'm assuming. I mean, I'm just guessing, but I think it would have easily passed Joker, in my opinion. Um, obviously Joker had the most success because it was a low budget film. So they didn't, they made a huge profit off of it overall. But I think it would have passed that in terms of money. You know what I mean? Um, I'm very eager to see what they're going to do because they had a third option for the third film to be picked up. So Patty has to kind of honor that contract, but she's also, she's got the Thor film coming out soon, or whenever that's coming out, I guess. And then she's got some other film with Paramount. So there's a lot of things that she's doing. So, but I think they're gonna want to act quickly with this film. So hopefully, if I had to guess on a timetable, uh, I'm thinking possibly late 2021 is when they're gonna start filming. I should say, start filming, guys, not actually the. Hopefully in 2022 is when we get it. I mean, the first film was in 2017. The second one was originally, I think, was supposed to come out in late 2019, so that would have been only 2-year gap. I think they recorded it in late parts of 2018 into 2019, so it would come out by 2019, but it got delayed. Nothing involving the pandemic, but because of the just production issues and stuff like that, pre-production and stuff like that. But they managed to finish it before the pandemic, but which is why it was originally going to be released in April, and then of course it got delayed because of the pandemic multiple goddamn times, as we all know, and so that's why it came out in 2020. So originally, technically, the film should have come out in 2019 if we're, late 2019. So, the earliest we could get a possible Wonder Woman 3 would be 2022. Which would be great because I would love to see it as early as 2022. But again, obviously Patty Jenkins is doing the Cleopatra film for Paramount. So I don't know how long that's gonna take for her to do. And again, she already did the Thor film. That's just a matter of when it's gonna get released. So but she's gonna be very busy. If they have the contract that they have to start doing Wonder Woman 3, she might have to start doing it after Cleopatra. It depends on what the contract says, because the contract, according from what I heard, the contract was, they have that, third option. So she might have to do it within that time frame. I don't know when it's supposed to take place in terms of the timeline. When is it taking place in the timeline? If it's going to be in the 90s, or if it's going to be present day, or it's going to be early 2000s. That we don't know. Obviously, Batman v Superman, as well as the events of the first Wonder Woman movie, the first scene was present day. Because that was supposed to align with, shortly after the Batman v Superman events. That was what that was supposed to be. The first scene in the first Wonder Woman movie is basically shortly after the events of Batman v Superman, so it ties in, and then she basically tells her story from her eyes to the viewers. It's just we basically see the whole movie. For the first Wonder Woman movie. They don't do that in 84, but they pretty much, I think, expect you to already know she's telling it through her story. But it really doesn't matter. it really doesn't matter at this point because everyone, just likes, the movie itself. Um, in terms of, well, no, because in terms of the, because I don't know what they're doing with the Justice League because the Justice League is supposed to be the Snyder Cut. I don't really. Everyone's so obsessed with the Snyder Cut, but I just don't see like how. I don't see how the Justice League movie being released as the Snyder Cut or whatever the Snyder. I've seen some of the different stuff that was supposed to be put in there or whatever, but I just don't see what the Snyder Cut is supposed to do. That's supposed to drastically change my opinion on the original version that they released. I mean, it could. I could be wrong. I mean, but I just don't see a dramatic change. You know what I mean? I don't like just because they make it darker or they change some dialogue here and there. I mean, the physical idea of what they're doing is probably going to be the same. Like, I would have to think, unless I'm proven wrong on this, but I just can't see it right now. I mean, maybe it will be, maybe it won't. I don't know. But I don't see what it's going to do that's going to change anything, for me, at least. So I'm very skeptical on the Justice League Snyder Cut thing. But we'll see. We'll see. I could be wrong. There could be something completely different that Snyder wanted to do that the guy that came in, that did the original theater release version, didn't want. We'll see. I don't know. I don't have an opinion on that. But I am curious, with Wonder Woman 3 coming out, the individual solo movie, where that's going to align with all the other movies. Because this Wonder Woman is a DCEU Wonder Woman. She's a part of that universe. It's not just, her solo type of, version of her. She is a part of the bigger DCEU. So, in that sense, the third film won't even be her last film. I mean, the first Wonder Woman film wasn't even her first film. Batman v Superman was. So, they have the, Flashpoint, which I'm thinking that's supposed to come up next, which that's supposed to be in present day. And that's another thing. Are they going to, show her in, present day stuff again? Where they're doing these, this Justice League and all this other stuff, where is that going to all align? Because that's supposed to be present day, not like the past, like we seen with 1984, the Wonder Woman 1984. So it'll be interesting to see where the third film goes. It will be interesting to see the third film. We know Patty Jenkins had a little more control with Wonder Woman 84 because, they were kind of questioning how the DCEU was going to be handled going forward after the Justice League didn't do that very well. Wonder Woman, the first movie, was kind of her film, but I mean there was a lot of the DCEU elements put into it, because Zack Snyder was still at the helm there. So we don't know exactly what they're going to do going forward. If Zack Snyder is going to be more involved with the third film, to connect this whole Justice League thing together, which personally I wish they would just kind of ignore the Justice League movie because it was not the Justice League I wanted to begin with. I think they should have done Teen Titans. I've said this before and I'll say this again. They made a huge mistake casting Cyborg in Justice League. It should have been Teen Titans. They should have just done the original Justice League. I did a whole, what if type, how to do it if I was handling the DCEU video. I did a whole video on that, on how I would have handled it. If you guys want to go check it out, I can always link you guys it. But in terms of the way they handled this, and like I said, I don't know where the other characters stand in the DCEU. But Wonder Woman is their best right now. Um, with obviously Batman kind of out of this, Batman is going to have his own thing outside of the DCEU, which is not really an issue. Batman by himself sells, no matter what universe he's in, but I am kind of disappointed because we don't know what Ben Affleck's Batman's supposed to be doing, because he never really had a full developed story now because he's not getting a solo film. But it's going to be interesting to see where this whole universe goes because obviously this Wonder Woman is involved in the DCEU, but it seems like her DCEU is more of what's going on right now in today's world versus what Wonder Woman the movies are doing. Like the Wonder Woman trilogies, I guess, if you will, are supposed to just basically involve her, with the exception of the first movie where they kind of, mention, her telling in first person of, what had happened following the Batman v Superman movie. But the second movie, it seems like they kind of just wanted to ignore that all and just do a standalone movie that sequels the first one. Not sure if they'll do that again, but if they do that again in the third film, I'm gonna assume they're gonna do like the 90s or the early 2000s because they already did a major skip. They already did a major skip from the first to the second because the first film primarily took place in World War One, as we all know. World War One. But in the second film, it majorly takes place in 1984. Thus, why the movie is called Wonder Woman 1984. So that's what's going to be interesting is how much of a skip they're going to go into the third film because obviously the Batman v Superman takes place in present day, which I believe that was 2016 when that came out? Or no, that was 2017. That was right before Wonder Woman 1. So that came out in present day. That took place in present day. So if that takes place in present day, and the Wonder Woman movies are supposed to be in the past, the Wonder Woman solo movies are supposed to be in the past, before she even meets all the other, the superhero characters, then it's really led to believe that the third movie is probably going to take place somewhere from the 1990s to the early 2000s, since it can't take place in 2016 because that's where the current Wonder Woman would be at right now. So, yeah, guys, what do you guys think about all this? That's pretty much all I have to talk about the film. I'm very happy that this film's coming out. Wonder Woman 84 was great. It broke the pandemic theater record, if that means anything, but it kind of means a lot because, again, if this film had been out with regular capacity for theaters, it would have made $1 billion. So, I mean, I'm sure Warner Brothers took that into account because it's there weren't that many people able to watch it, so, I mean, that's why. So they are picking up that third movie option. I don't know where Patty Jenkins will put it in her schedule, but based on what I'm hearing about the contracts, it's got to be very soon. So I don't know where she's going to start doing that. She's got to start working on Cleopatra. But after Cleopatra, she might have to go right into Wonder Woman 3, it seems, because of the way, at least from what I'm hearing, from the contract, is that the contract has to be done right away. So we'll see where they decide to slate this for Patty Jenkins. Patty Jenkins is going to be a very, very busy woman. She's going to be a very, very busy woman in 2021, guys. And, you know, great credit to her. She made a great film. Twice now. So, yeah, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Comment, rate. If you like this video or any of my other videos, please subscribe. Discord link in the description. And that's about it, guys. I am the SS Ultimate Goku. I'm out of it. Peace!